Hi everyone, welcome to the IoT Hero Show, my weekly showcase of thought leadership in the Internet of Things. My name is Tom Raftery, I'm the Global IoT Evangelist for SAP, and now, on with the show. Hi everyone, welcome to the IoT Hero Show. My name is Tom Raftery. I'm VP of IoT at SAP, if that isn't enough acronyms for you. So, with me on the show today, I have a special guest, Rafael. Rafael, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi Tom, thanks for inviting me. I am Rafael Costa. I work as IT manager for Stara. We are a Brazilian farming machinery industry. And I'm very happy to be here and sharing some thoughts about IoT and agriculture with you and your audience.
Super. You're very welcome, Rafael. Thanks for coming on the show. We met last week at Sapphirenow. By the time I get this podcast published, it'll probably be 2 weeks ago. But we met at Sapphirenow in Orlando, and you gave a presentation there about Stara, agriculture and IoT, which I think will surprise a lot of people because many people won't realize that farmers use technology. I know Stara has a long history in technology, so maybe that's a good place to start. Can you tell us a bit about the background of Stara and why technology is important to Stara?
That's okay. We have been founded in 1960, and since then there's always innovation running our blood here. So it's the DNA of the company. We have innovation in the products, in the processes, on people development. Everywhere you can feel innovation when you work here. And farming, yes, it's a weird thing that people underestimate the possibilities or the power of agribusiness, because in the end, every day people need to eat at least 2 or 3 times, and that's where the food comes from. So yes, we have a lot of technology, and because the world population is increasing more and more, and we have the same areas to produce and to make farming, that's how technology entered the agribusiness. For example, in Brazil, from 2000 to 2010, just by inserting technology in the farms, we doubled the soybeans production. So it's a great data that we like to say a lot, because that shows how technology is important. And one thing that is important to highlight is that technology is not always software or hardware. It's about using what's available, using the state of art of agribusiness and applying to a machine. Like a machine can have nowadays auto steering. I mean, you still have the tractor driver, but most of the time it doesn't steer the tractor. So that's one thing. Another thing, that we have lots of manufacturers connecting the machines to the cloud, for example. So the farmer has access to his data. And there are lots of technologies, but in the end, the main outcome is to produce more in the same area, to increase the yield in the farms. That's the main outcome. That's the why.
Okay, so increasing farm yield. Let's take a step back, though, and talk to me a little bit about what it is that Stara manufactures. What is it you sell to farmers that helps them increase their yield?
We have a full line of farming machinery. You have tractors, sprayers, spreaders, planters, and all the line for a complete farming cycle. And for example, I'll give a small example.
Yep.
A farmer has this big area to plant, right? And If he just steer the tractor manually, he will probably overlap 10 to 15% of the area. Overlap means that he is going to plant in parts of the area where there's already seeds there.
Wow.
So that's a big loss because it's seeds and chemicals or anything that or fertilizers that he uses in the farm are very expensive. So when he uses, for example, the auto steering, and we have a technology called in a planter row to row shut off. It means that each row of the planter is going to shut off when it comes to an area that has been planted before. We have proven that this technology can save, for example, 14% of this loss.
Wow.
It means that the loss comes to 1%, the overlap comes to 1%.
Wow.
So that's how the farmer saves money and produces more, of course, because when you have two seeds together, they are competing for the same nutrients,
Yeah.
and they don't grow as expected.
Yeah. Of course. I should have brought this up earlier, Rafael. But are you just selling in Brazil, or do you sell outside of that market?
We sell, our main market is Brazil. Then we have other countries in South America. We sell to Africa and to Eastern Europe. We sell to more than 35 countries.
Okay. Great. So let's talk a little bit about the IoT solution, because this is the IoT Hero Show. So we want to hear, what is it about IoT? And I mean, as I say, are farmers really that technologically advanced? Are they? Do they know enough about technology? Is it an education program that you have to go through with them, or are they already very technically aware?
In 2000, we partnered with an university here in Brazil and also other companies, and we started to develop some projects called precision farming projects, in which we used the project farms and applied the technology and showed the results to the customers, so they could see that those 14% that I told you before in real situations. So that's when they start to believe in precision farming.
Right.
And we had to train a lot of tractor operators, tractor drivers. We had to train on the use of technology. But as long as you have a simplified user interface, they go really well by adopting it.
Okay.
So that there was this effort of educating the farmers.
Okay, and tell me about the IoT aspect of it and the cloud solution, because I think that is something that people might be unaware of, that exists, IoT in farming, and how that's advantageous.
Well, it all comes back to the running a farm as a business. I have been to a huge farm with 100,000 hectares in the Midwest of Brazil, where I had to register like if I was entering a big company,
So you got a badge.
Yeah, I got a badge. They got a restaurant. They got places for the employees to live. It's a big business.
Wow.
You can't imagine that. And when they start to run as a business, they want to work on efficiency, and they want to have the data in as quick as possible. So we had back in 2014, we had all the machine data in a computer board inside the machine, embedded to the machine. But the manager of the farm needed to collect from each machine and take to a computer. So we decided that we should deliver that information, especially for big farmers, in real time in a mobile device.
Okay.
That's when we connected our computer board to the cloud. So nowadays the farmer can see the real application of that data in real time anywhere.
Okay, so if I'm a farmer, for example, managing a large farm with 10 or 15 tractors and spreaders and seed drillers and whatever, can I watch them all simultaneously on a screen and see what they're doing?
Yes, you can, and that's the magic of it, because when you have, for example, the planting season, and you have, like you said, 10 planters or 15, you want to take the most of each machine. You want them to reach the 1% overlap. But sometimes the tractor driver is making mistakes, and you can't be everywhere at the same time. So if you have a telemetry system like we do here, you can watch the operator driving in real time, and you can call them, hey man, you are making a mistake, just correct that right now, or something similar.
Okay. Very good. So, I mean, the IoT solution is helping, as we've discussed, with efficiency by making sure there's very little overlap in either planting or spreading fertilizer or any of these things. What about examining the machine data and kind of getting warnings of predictive maintenance and things like that? Is that an aspect of it as well?
It's actually a possibility. We are not using predictive maintenance yet, but as long as the data is there, you can do anything you want. So since we connected to the cloud, we open a full range of possibilities, and we decided to start by the data that is important to the farmer. We got a lot of feedback from the farmers before we released this telemetry system, and we put there only the data that was useful for them in the first moment.
Okay.
But of course, right now there are lots of possibilities because the data is there. You just need to decide what to do with the data.
So you're prioritizing your projects based on feedback from your customers.
Exactly. And the only warning thing that we do in our product is if the settings of the machine are not well calibrated or something like that, we warn in the computer board inside the machine, so the operator can easily fix in minutes.
Great. Now, this data from the machines, who owns it? How does that work?
In our opinion, nowadays we are talking about IoT, and 10 years ago we were talking about precision farming, and before that another technology, another buzz name. I have read your blog, and there's a post you say that in 10 years from now, Internet of Things won't be a word because it will be spread all over the world. So there's going to be another name that we don't know yet. So it's the same with the machines. Our main goal is to deliver more yield to the farmer. When a farmer buys a machine, it's his machine. And it is the same with the data. When he has a telemetry system, the data is the farmer's, you know. So basically, we allow them, we give them the data, which is his, and he allows Stara to see part of that data if he wants to. He signs an agreement saying, okay, I want to give you access to this part of the data.
Okay, so it's the data belongs to the farmer, and it's up to him whether or not he wants to share it with you.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Fascinating. I guess we're kind of coming to a close of the show, Rafael. But before we do, what do you see as the next big project for yourselves and your customers? Where to next with this? Because as you say, there's lots of data there, and you're going to, from what you said, you're going to prioritize based on your customers' feedback on what you do.
The most recent step was to integrate with SAP. We made a co-innovation partnership, in which we integrated the telemetry data, the machine data, with SAP Cloud Platform. So they can connect all this real-time data with his ERP. That's the state of art right now.
Wait. Farmers have SAP ERP?
Yes, especially big farms, like I gave you an example before. They have this management. They usually have the owner of the farm works as a manager, and they hire agronomists and other specialists to run the farm, the farming cycle. Do you got the idea?
Yeah. So it's not, as we'd say in English, it's not your mom and pop's farm anymore. It's now farming has become big business, and they're using SAP software to run their farms. That's impressive.
Exactly. Of course, there's a part of the market that is based on small farms with family running the business. But as long as the next generation is taking over those business, this next generation has been born connected, has been born digital. So we understand that the future steps that are about to come will be dictated by this new generation of small farmers, and of course the big farmers that already have the ERP system. So what we do is to constantly get feedback from the customer. We have a specialized team that's always on the field getting feedback, listening to the pains, and also we use a network of early adopters here in Brazil. So we always test the new solutions in these early adopters.
And you were saying before I interrupted, sorry, about connecting to the SAP cloud platform. How is that helping?
Because now the farmer can see, they can correlate the data, the machine data, for example, how many seeds he is spending in real time in the field. Spending not, he's planting in real time in the field.
Yeah.
And he discounts that from the stock, from his warehouse, and he also can have, in the same platform, SAP allows him to have access to crop pricing, to weather forecasts, to other important data that helps the farmer to make better decisions.
Oh, excellent. Great. And where to next? Can you tell us what your future plans are?
We are still looking at new business models to do with this data, and one example would be predictive maintenance in the machines. For example, if the engine filter needs to be replaced, we'll let the farmer know in advance, so he can order the part or even get the part already. That's one kind of possibility.
Excellent. And last question before we wrap up, Rafael. If people want to know more about Stara or your solutions or anything like that, where's the best place for them to find out more?
I would recommend to visit Stara website. It's stara.com.br. There's an English version also. Or watch some videos on our YouTube channel. You look for Stara Brazil in YouTube, and Brazil with S.
Okay.
And then you find lots of videos of demonstrating our machinery, our technology. That's a good place to start.
Okay. I might throw a few of those links into the description. And if people want to connect with yourself?
Well, you can mail me at costa@stara.com.br.
Okay, perfect. Rafael, that's been great. Thanks a million for coming on the show today.
My pleasure, Tom.